In this lesson, we're going to multiply with zeros, as zeros in one of the factors. Here I had the problem 30 times 23. Now 30 times 23 is the same as 23 times 30 because of the commutative property of multiplication. I can set it up like this here. And since I'm working with 3 tens, I place a 0 there. That was 3 tenths for this 30. And then I can just multiply the 3 times the other digits there. 3 times 3 being 9, and 3 times 2 being 6. So 23 times 30 is 690. Now, what I'm trying to show you here, and what some people will do, what I've seen, is that they will set it up in this manner here. And it's perfectly valid to do so, except you just have more steps to do when you're doing that double-digit multiplication work, and you might make a math error. So you do place the 0. 2 times 0 is 0. It's really important when you're multiplying 2 times 0. And 2 times 3 is 6. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer there. And again, if we add those two together, we get that same answer, 690. Here's another example of the type of problem that you'll be working on within this lesson. We have 605 times 7. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and rewrite that vertically, the times 7 there, and then what we have to do is that we have to look at each of those place values and multiply it by 7 in the ones place, and then the tens place, and then the hundreds place. So for the first one there, I have 7 times 5, which is 35. 35 ones. So I place the 5, and then I can regroup those 30 ones in the tens place there, that 3 being worth 3 tenths, which is that 30 that we regrouped. Now at this point, this is the lesson here. 7 times 0. 7 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. So when we regrouped there, we only regrouped to the next place value over. You can't go any further than that, and again we multiplied 7 times 0 was 0, and then added the 3 and brought that back into our answer there. Finally, we multiply 7 times 6 to get 42, and we place our comma. That's our answer there. 605 times 7 equals 4,235. In this instance, I have 609 times 32. I'll rewrite that vertically. And then I'm going to start with the ones place here. 2. And 2 times 609. So I will go step by step there. 2 times 9 is 18. 8 regroup a 1. And again, it goes right to that next place. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 2 times 6 is 12. Most often, people are able to do that first line with that double-digit multiplication. It's the second line that gives them a little bit of trouble. That 3 is worth 30. That's why we place a 0 here. And oftentimes I like to call it my magic 0. At that point, we can go ahead and do the rest of our multiplication. 3 times that 9 is 27. 7, regroup the 2. Again, that regroup of 27 ones regroups as 2 tens and that 7 ones. 3 times that 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, and 3 times 6 is 18. I take a moment to carefully add those together. 8, 8, 4, 9, 1. Place my comma. 19,488 is our product of 609 and 32.
Okay, it's time for you to try this first problem. Go ahead and copy it down. 60 times 56. And work it out. Hit pause.
Hopefully you were able to finish that first step of 60 times 6 equaling 360. When we're working with that 5 is worth 50, so we place a 0. And then 5 times 0 is 0, and 5 times 6 is 30. And then we carefully add those two numbers together so that we get our answer of that product of 60 times 56 equaling 3,360. Here is another problem for you to try. Go ahead and copy it down and hit pause. There is that first step of 608 times that 4. We'll cross out the 3 as a regroup, place a 0 because that 3 is worth 30, and continue with our process. 3 times 8 being 24, 4 regroup a 2, 3 times 0 which is 0 plus 2 which is 2, and 3 times 6 which is 18. Carefully adding those two together, we get that as our product, 20,672. So here's our review. Again, write things vertically. After you write things vertically, go step by step. If we multiply by that 5 first, we've got 5 times 8 equaling 40, 0, regroup a 4. And so that regroup work has to go from ones place to the tens place, or from the tens place to the hundreds place. It only goes one place over. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4, and 5 times 6 is 30. I remember to cross out my regroups. I place a 0, and then I distribute this 1 to those different places. The reason I can place that 0 is because the 1 was worth 10. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. Even though that's just a 0, you still have to do that, even if there aren't any regroups. Remember that. And 1 times 6 is 6. What do I do with those two numbers? Right, I add them. What's the answer to an addition problem called? It's called the sum. And I'm figuring out the product of 608 times 15 by adding these together. And so by adding these together, I get 0 plus 0 is 0, 8 plus 4 is 12, 2, regroup a 1, and again it goes from place to place. 1 plus 0 is 1, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So my product of these two numbers is 9,120. So the real key here is that you do involve the 0, and this 0 does mean something. It's 5 times 0 plus 4. Or it was 1 times 0, where it is we had a 0 as a placeholder in our answer. Again, carefully line up those digits, do those, and do that work correctly. Also remember to write your problems vertically. It's just a good approach to take.